very busy last night, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah. You were watching the Duchess of Sussex's latest Netflix series, which has had very mixed reviews, but you really enjoyed it, didn't you?
Okay, here's where I come clean, Emily. I didn't watch a single second of...
Must be literally a bundle of wits waiting for this incredible new show, With Love, from Meghan. You must be waiting for it.
I mean, Meghan, some of her advice that she gave People magazine this week was how she likes to take her Chinese takeout and make it look beautiful on the plate. And, you know, that's the kind of advice I'm looking for.
Yeah.
What was hard to get over was being blamed for something that not only I didn't do, but that happened to me.
Oh, darling. You thought with Love, Meghan was going to be a gentle whiff of lavender and lemon drizzle? A soft launch into Markle's pastel-tinted cottagecore era? Nope. Netflix just hit the brakes hard, and Meghan's new lifestyle meets souffle fantasy is melting faster than royal approval ratings at Buckingham Palace. Let's rewind. It's 2020. The world's on fire. And so, apparently, is Meghan's Hollywood ambition. Fresh off the royal exit runway, the Sussexes strut into Los Angeles and practically bump into a $100 million Netflix deal. The pitch? We'll give you royalty and relevance. What Netflix got?
Celebrity and royal commentator Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, let's start with the reaction to Meghan Markle's new cooking show. I should say Meghan Sussex because she prefers that these days. It's called With Love, Meghan. It's been ripped alongside some of her long-term friends, but she's cooking with a makeup artist, if you can even call it cooking. At one point, from what I understand, she removes pretzels from one bag and then puts them somewhere else in another bag. I mean, is that really a cooking program? And
a docuseries, some PR whiplash, and now a cooking show. Yes, Meghan Markle, former Duchess, part-time activist, and full-time tabloid magnate, decided her next act would be slicing cucumbers in a $14 million Montecito mansion. And Netflix said sure, probably, while chugging herbal tea and praying for Harry's memoir sequel. Think Gwyneth Paltrow after 3 chamomile martinis meets Pinterest's royal wedding board. It's a dreamy swirl of lemon tarts, lavender sachets, heirloom tomatoes, and Meghan giggling over vegan pot roast with Mindy Kaling. The vibe? I'm just like you, except I live in Versailles with solar panels. But here's where it all goes from sugar to scorched earth. Even before it aired, UK betting sites were literally taking wagers on how fast this show would be cancelled. If you're loving this deep dive into the drama, smash that subscribe button like you're slapping your ex's name out of your mouth on live TV. Let that sink in. Meghan's redemption arc was getting Las Vegas odds.
I am, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not just saying this for rhetorical effect. I am physically nauseated watching that clip.
I remember we're in the car and driving up, and he said, "You know how to curtsy, right?" And I just thought it was a joke.
Yet again, I want to gouge out my ears while Meghan Markle is speaking.
One analyst called it a coin toss of the tiara. Then wildfires hit California in January 2025, and Meghan delayed the premiere out of respect. Classy move? Maybe. But insiders whispered Netflix was thrilled. That delay gave execs time to regroup, rebrand, or let's be honest, rethink everything. By March 4th, the show drops. Red carpet? Check. Meghan dripping in Pinterest core realness? Double check. First episode, it's giving Pottery Barn propaganda. She's fluffing pillows, chopping lemons, and giggling with celebrity chefs like it's a Vogue editorial come to life. But here's the catch. Netflix announced Season 2 before Season 1 even aired. Bold? No. Fake out. Both seasons were already filmed in one pastel-scented batch. Netflix just pretended to renew it.
This has been your makeup artist for how many years? And when he slices his hand open, you're surprised when he tells you he's left-handed. I mean, none of it makes sense, Rita. But that's not even that's one of my favorite review headlines. Another was from Variety, who, don't forget, Meghan Markle loves Variety. She gives them access to her. She was on the cover of their magazine shortly after Queen Elizabeth died. But their review title was "With Love, Meghan is a Montecito ego trip not worth taking." That's all it is. It's a vanity project. Ooh. And I can tell you haven't watched it, and I wish to God.
Like when you buy 2 outfits and return the one that flops on Instagram. Within days, the show fell out of Netflix's global top 10 like a soggy souffle. Variety called it unimaginative and frustrating, which is critic speak for please never do this again. And then came Jameson Stocks, a celebrity chef who went full Gordon Ramsay meets Shakespearean villain. He publicly trashed the show as terrible and painful, claiming he was asked to consult but declined because it was all too fake. Meghan learning how to boil pasta? He was out. Netflix insiders immediately screamed, "Lies!" But honey, by the time the headlines hit, it didn't matter. The roast was already in the oven. Let's talk about the internet dragging. People weren't just mocking Meghan, they were roasting her like an organic rotisserie chicken. One tweet read, "Why is she giving garden tips from a mansion that has a full-time landscaping crew?" Another one, "This is just goop with pearls and better lighting." Reddit threads turned into digital bonfires. Gossip blogs declared it Duchess Disaster the series. And fans who actually liked Meghan were like, okay. But who greenlit the heirloom kale montage? Even Netflix stans begged the platform to hit the kill switch. Viewers started campaigns to cancel the show faster than you can say lavender focaccia. Not because they hated Meghan, but because no one believed the Duchess of Montecito wakes up and fluffs her own pillows. Here's the real tea. With Love, Meghan was supposed to be her solo moment. No royal gossip, no Harry, no tell-alls about curtsies or palace shade. Just Meghan Markle, lifestyle mogul, culinary queen, soft-focused Duchess of domesticity. But it flopped. Hard. The reviews were savage. The audience laughed. The critics sharpened their knives. And Meghan, she's now caught between floral table settings and a full-blown brand crisis. And guess what? Netflix hasn't confirmed anything about season 2 since the backlash. Remember when they pre-celebrated that second season? Yeah, Cricket's rumor has it the renewal is about to quietly vanish, like those forgotten gingerbread scones from episode 3. A lifestyle show that promised charm, elegance, maybe a few tear-jerking monologues about authenticity. But we got Meghan arranging tulips in slow motion while America's rent hit new highs and eggs cost more than a therapy session. Even her fans called it positive and charming, which is code for not offensive, but I wouldn't watch it twice. Meanwhile, the critics were not holding back headlines like Too Rich to Relate and Meghan's Netflix flop became SEO gold. And Netflix? Suddenly quieter than Harry during a Spotify brainstorm. Insiders whispered what everyone was thinking. That second season? Still MIA. That massive deal? Still hanging in limbo. The streaming giant wasn't saying no, but they weren't saying anything. And in Hollywood, silence isn't golden. It's a slow, glamorous ghosting with better lighting. To be fair, the show had moments, but the fantasy of watching Meghan sprinkle lavender into lemon water while the world burns, it didn't exactly connect with the masses. It felt like a Pinterest board had a baby with Buckingham Palace and then handed it a ring light. But here's where the tea goes from warm to scalding. Netflix didn't just bet on Meghan's charm, they went all in on her brand. That included, as ever, her luxury lifestyle line filled with overpriced wooden spoons and vases no toddler is allowed to touch. Basically, it was a Goop knockoff with royal frosting. The problem? When with Love, Meghan flopped harder than Harry's Polo docuseries. Yes, that happened. No, you didn't watch it. Execs started panicking. One insider said the vibe inside Netflix meetings was no longer creative collaboration, but crisis management in pastel Zoom squares. Just when gossip blogs were drafting Goop versus as ever headlines, Gwyneth casually shut it down by filming Meghan in her kitchen, eating pie like it's Sunday brunch in Montecito. Feud? Cancelled. Vibes? Impeccable. But let's be real, when you're relying on cameos in someone else's Instagram story to cool PR fires, things aren't exactly thriving. Now, as of mid-2025, Season 2 of With Love, Meghan is technically on the way, but Netflix hasn't renewed that mega deal. Hasn't teased a trailer and hasn't even dropped a blurry production still. Just silence. And in this town, silence is the sound of scissors snipping contracts behind closed doors. If Meghan can't deliver a hit, not just a vibe, Netflix might not even bother with a press release. They'll just let it fade. No drama, no finale, just a remember when moment in a sizzle reel of what could have been. Let's be real, if that deal dies, it's not just a financial blow, it's a narrative killer. Meghan's Hollywood arc was supposed to be the revenge dress of career moves. Instead, it might be the quiet exit nobody claps for. So now, all eyes are on Season 2. Because if Meghan doesn't pull off a reinvention worthy of Beyoncé's Homecoming and Ina Garten's Kitchen, combined Netflix just might ghost her for good. And the only thing worse than a royal scandal is being boring. Stay tuned. The credits haven't rolled yet, but someone's already dimming the lights.